Good morning. How is everybody today? Fantasy first, as usual. The universe is back to normal. Hello, Cora, the necromancer. How is everybody? God, I'm hungry. Oh. The necromancer is meh. Apparently, Neff is also meh right now. I hope you guys feel less meh soon. Alright, I just gotta do my administration with my medicines. Okay, that's the first one. I don't know why they give me my pills in 2 bottles when they fit in one. It's just an excess of plastic. It's like, why? Why do you do this? My brain was just like, how to count? Lady, what is this pose? This is today's theme, which happens to be, let me grab a brush here. Happens to be Archer. There you go. Number hard, brain go burr. Alright. Our choice of drink this morning, we're back to Coke Zero. Yeah, that's why you're feeling sad. This is why I want the 75 acres instead of the like 0.23 whatever acres that cost more than the 75 acres. And the 75 comes with ow! Thanks for the hydrate. The 75 comes with 2 buildings, 3 buildings, all of which are questionable, but at least it has buildings on it. Question mark. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. I don't know if I said that or not. Maracas. Hydrate or dihydrate. Yep. You notice that I changed that. So, yesterday's format seemed to work really well. Not just for me, but for a lot of other people too. Yeah, apartments that, you know, you're not getting anything out of other than a roof over your head for far too much money. Serafina, oh my god, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, time zone approved greetings to you, friend. Proceeds to drown me, yes. Yes, Tog. Time zone approved greetings. I was about to try and draw on my OBS, and that would have been terrible. Would have messed up everything. Yep. Yeah, I know it's pretty late there. Well, not pretty late. It's the middle of the afternoon. It's 9 o'clock in the morning for me. Good Tog. It's been a while. How have you been? Her head's like almost directly in the middle of the picture. We've got kind of a whoop, whoop, whoop. You look like her shoulder is, center of her shoulder is in line with her ear. Yep, that's right. Oh, man. You're working on your costume? Nice, nice. Has redeemed a stretch. Oh, there's some things snapping and crackling in there. Yeah. Thanks for the stretch. I just got a kick in the butt, but I'm gonna go festival at the regulars next weekend. Yeah, there's only 2 months left to Conquest, and I still need to buy my plane tickets. Yes, Tesla, I know. You probably still haven't eaten your food, though. So, let's try and speed this up a bit. She's got, like... Her curve of motion is like this. So if we go down from her face to her ankle... It's like something like that. That'll give us a line to follow. Which means the elbow's right about here. Da, 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 da. Look at this kind of weird twist to her torso. That looks uncomfortable. But poses like this are meant to be a little bit exaggerated. She has got quite the curve here, doesn't she? Brought a sewing machine that I'm bringing on. Wow. The magic tent really is evolving. Okay, I made something too long here. It's right here that I made too long. Having these little reference lines, I find really helps me. So, like, this curve ends just after this line. This leg is fully straight. She's very thick. She does not skip leg day, that's for sure. Particularly thigh day. She works real hard on them thighs. But if I were skinny, I would probably have this figure too. Particularly in this area, my hips are very wide. So we've got our knee here. I don't often draw legs from the back. Keep this line continuing straight down. I have made this too long. But she definitely doesn't skip squats, that's true. Pixar mom. That is definitely that is definitely a shape for sure. Let's see, we've got hip, knee, probably the kneecap is probably around here. Do our little 8 thing. We got our ankle. I've done a wrong somewhere. But it's alright, we'll figure it out. We'll find the spot where we did a wrong and then we'll learn what we did wrong. for one, I put her too low. And the perspective on this leg is wrong. The ankle is not far enough. May have been booped. Or just fantasies booping. Boop-a-bop. Beep-bop boop. Okay, so we got the hip here. Let's try and keep this the same. There's definitely quite a curve there. The only way we can get better at drawing anatomy is to practice it and figure out where we went wrong. Sent me a funny thing my avatar did. The look of disdain. Yes. Gotta make it perfect. Yeah. There's a difference between, like, learning and good enough, and then there's a difference between learning and perfect as well. Yes, Tesla, I know. You want me to come and pet you while you eat. Part of this is right in here. And you also have to remember, like, the human body, like, people aren't made out of lines, right? So one thing that Serafina was saying last year when I met her, that she can't seem to draw people with lines, and she can't resolve that in her head. And I understand this. Because people aren't made out of lines. Line art is very much a stylized interpretation of reality. Wow, she's so thick. how to erase. Sometimes I just need to erase. It's more of a defined curve right there. You've got the tendons at the back. They come down around the back of the heel. The little line for the back of the knee. Part of it is I made this thigh too wide. Your only lines. It comes to a point where these lines are a little bit distracting. Damn, I wish my backside look was good. One of the things that really helped yesterday was breaking down the character into their little constituent shapes. So I got the here's the rib cage. And the shoulder. And everything right here is just a bloody mess. It comes a point where I put down too many lines and then it's just like just gotta erase everything. See her elbows. I'd say this one probably falls into the Pixar mom category. Elastigirl's outfit is already basically this. It's just you move the lines down for the like weird thigh highs, and then put gloves on her. I'm glad that some of these include props as well that they're interacting with. Yes, Tesla, I know. He's making his little meeps. I want to clean up in here a little bit. Well, this has gone better than yesterday's. I presume that these will get faster and better as I get used to doing these. It's called confidence. Imagine that. I should be doing like 30 of these a day. Maybe I should buy their stock packs and just like spend a day doing these kinds of studies. I'm gonna put her bow on another layer just so that I don't have to go over my drawing. It's a nice bow. Yes, Tesla, I know. Good enough. Thanks to hydrate, Cora. Dancing dinos, dancing dinos. I don't even know anymore. By the way, since you guys know the quality of my work, these paintings, yes, I was working on this one again. Unresolved, a painting here. If I were to offer these as, like, commissionable works, like you have, like, a really nice, beautiful photo that you had done of yourself or a loved one, maybe even a pet, because we know I can at least do birds. I'm not sure how much I should charge for something like that, so I just thought I'd ask you guys maybe what you guys thought. How much sleep have I had? Not much. I have absolutely not had enough sleep. Why do you ask? Someone's trying to open my door. There's a kitten trying to open my door. There's a sleep of which is big it shows. In what way? My ability to draw or my ability to speak or what? Is it that bad? I think I had more sleep than I did yesterday. Yeah, my normal setting is no sleep. Tiny eyes. Whoop. Wow, I've made this terrifying. There's the bot! Okay, this is going substantially better than it was yesterday. here. There's problems here. There's lots of problems right here. Let's turn off this bow. Because we're here for the human figure. It is weird. This is such a strange, over-exaggerated pose. I know they're supposed to be, but... Cora has redeemed streak. There is no snoot. Got your nose! No fantasy has booped my snoot. It is the boop snoot, like the droop snoot, but a lot less sad. It is the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. This shoulder is actually coming up quite high here. Right here. Right here. I think that's part of the problem that I'm having. She's a little rounder than that here. There we go. This is where something like line weight really comes into play. There's another person who does stock pictures, and they wear a suit that has like all of the curve lines and like the straight seam lines down the back and the seam lines down the sides, and like it's a full body suit, but it's got the whole like skeleton outline thing on it. So you can, like, see the curves. It's really neat. You counted to that one? What? I'm confused. Sometimes things just go way over my head. Quite frequently, in fact. Yeah, she's got amazing thighs. At least she has no secrets hidden in her underwear. Sometimes? Yes, Neff, sometimes. This foot is wrong. This leg is wrong. Tesla! Okay, I have to let Tesla out. I'm also gonna very quickly take out the trash because, like, there's these Brussels sprouts that I put in the trash yesterday and they stink today. And it's driving me nuts because the air conditioning is on. Tesla, are you gonna eat your food? The smell is driving me nuts. I don't like it when there's stuff in the trash that's smelly and it's hot. And of course, Tesla wants me to pet him while he eats, so this takes a little extra time. Nugget, can you please eat? Do I have to give you a tummy rub to help get everything down? Make room? Yeah? Yeah, that's exactly what I have to do. So with Tesla, because he's so small, sometimes I have to, like, pet his tummy from, like, top down to help make room for the rest of his food. I even give him substantially less than the others, and he still doesn't always eat at all. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Hello, goblins. Okay, air quality should get a little bit better in here. Secrets in her? What kind of secrets? Look, yesterday's guy, he had secrets in his underwear, okay? There's just like this massive... I don't know. There's just this gap. His thighs like end here, but they should end up a little higher. So like... yeah, just secrets in the underwear.
He had like Longsarian vibes going on with his abdomen. It was just like it went forever, seemingly. I'm sad that we only get one of these a day. And not even on the weekends. This foot has a bit of a forward. Yep. Oh. This leg is going to be the one that gives me the most trouble. Let's figure it out, shall we? So I've got this really big calf muscle here. This is the front thigh muscle. And then here's more muscle. I've got like this little for the tendon at the back of the heel. And I think what's happening is I'm struggling right around here. She's very tiny feet. Y'all weird? I mean, yeah, that's why you hang out with us, because we're just as weird as you. Very tiny feet. She has the tiniest, daintiest feet. Let's see, the ankle. This is the problem with having drawn anime most of my life, is I never learned to draw real people. So real people look weird to me. I wonder if this is why I dislike myself so much, because when I look at myself, I don't recognize myself as being real. Because I never learned to draw real proportions. So I just assume that I'm wrong. Can we talk about the unachievable beauty standards in anime? There's this tendon at the back of the knee here. And this is all back of the thigh. getting closer. Fantasy, I I have lots of room for improvement. I'm not an amazing artist. There are people out there who are far, far better than me. I would say I'm accomplished, accomplished to some degree, but amazing? No. There's tons of room for improvement. Huge room for improvement. Just because someone's famous doesn't mean that they are actually talented, question mark? Picasso's work was very different for his time. It stood out because nobody else was doing it, and that's why he became famous. It spoke to somebody who was really rich and could boost his work, but keep in mind, those artists, they never made any money. The quote-unquote, like, famous artists of the past, they died destitute and broken, often insane, blind, etc., from all the chemicals in their paints and pigments. They only became famous after their deaths when no more of their art was being produced. Oh, I think I finally figured it out. It needed adjustments in other places for the legs to really come together. Yeah, they say an artist's work only becomes valuable when they can no longer produce anymore. I think we're seeing a shift in that now. As society can commodify things, you know, we can make copies and prints and stuff very readily for virtually no cost whatsoever. And artists can control more of their IP as as the art industry becomes more democratized, and we ease into more of a creatocracy. where artists' earnings are based more on the merit of their work and skill as opposed to something like their connections with the rich. Hey Marinai, how you doing? Good morning. We're doing Draw Everything June from Adorkastock. You can sign up from their website, adorkastock.com, and then every business day, I'm assuming, so Monday through Friday, they send you a new stock photo. And as long as you provide proof that you did a piece related to each of their stuff by the end of July, even though the event runs through June, they will give you a free stock pack. It doesn't matter if you sign up late. Their patrons got everything last month already on like the 19th. There's quite a bit of curve in this. So what I'm doing is basically, I go from quick gesture drawing first at the start of stream, and then we go down to like full figure study, you know, trying to make this a nice picture. Trying, definitely. There's a lot of attempting here. I certainly can't wait to see what this does for my ability to just draw from imagination. Especially what you're saying is even harder for artists today because they can't be taken advantage of easily. Yes. It's harder, but it's also better because you're more likely to find the people like Evan who, you know, stick with it because they truly are passionate about it and they work hard to improve their skill continuously by learning new techniques. So it becomes a merit-based creatocracy as opposed to a connections-based one. And, like, while there are artists out there who are technically better than me, whenever I raid into Evan, you always see him support me whenever I come into his stream because, like, he knows that I'm putting in lots of effort into what I'm doing. And, like, that is the kind of support that I needed, like, 30 years ago when I was younger. Evan is a great teacher in that regard and a great person. He's just a treasure to the art community. And it's like CNOT he creates these courses for his sculpting. You know, and the courses are free. He just provides free education to anyone who wants to try and improve their skill or learn a new craft. And that's why he's as popular as he is. Now, like, you also see the democratization of taste as well. So people like Logan Paul and Johnny Somali and all, you know, you look at the YouTubers who, or the nuisance streamers who are also really popular, and you're like, this is a product of that. And you can get that. There is a bell curve, and there are people on either side of that curve of people with quality and merit versus not. And there's that overlap with, again, popularity versus what's available. But I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this. It's both good and bad, like anything else. I'll turn her bow back on. Hey, Ross Riders, how you doing? Got our little toesies here. Remember how out of proportion and scuffed these legs were when I started? There's a tendon at the back there. She has very high cheekbones. Cat. I wish Microsoft would stop trying to show me news or something when I really don't want to. Kind of scares me in the head when I listen to songs. My brain associates that song. Yeah. Yep, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna pour my drink into a glass. Soda ASMR. The Brussels sprout smell is finally starting to go away. I think this one's good. I think we did a success on this one. That's a pretty good replica, right? For, you know, like, what? An hour study? No. Revy. Revy. Meow. He wants in to see his mama. Also the first time in a long while I felt this driven, maybe obsessed. Even Baltimore finishing writing a few parts of the story. Meow. Meow. See, he's learned how to open doors. So Sai puts something in front of her door so that he can't open it. They opened my door earlier at just before 9. Which means I'm gonna have to put something in front of my door, despite the fact that my door already has lots of heavy things like hanging off the top of it. Because I've got like one of those over the door hooks. Plus a couple of hooks. 3M hooks on the back, and I've got like a whole bunch of like cloaks and bits of my costume for Conquest and stuff on there. Yeah, that's River. He's the loud one. Atlas used to be really loud too. He would scream. But Rivy has learned how to open doors. Like the raptors from Jurassic Park. Privacy? What's that? Yep. So many purple users in my chat today. Some animals don't understand privacy is a thing, yeah. Just like some other cats I know. They're just little terrors. Yep. Yeah, so I think this one was a success. Is there anything I can pick out that I learned in this one specifically? Not particularly. Other than yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, and particularly anime beauty standards have affected the way I view people and myself. And that life drawing is very important. After June, I can't wait to see what it's gonna be like when I draw like a full body kind of thing. I finally made it to the end of where I was in my outline for the Witch Hunter Society. I need to figure out a place to post it. I could post it to a Patreon. There's also the websites. The problem is, like, I don't want it to be scraped by some, like, AI bot. So it's like, even if I put it on my own private website, it'll probably still get scraped, and that's a problem I'm not familiar with solving when it comes to building my own website. It's been a long time since I built a website, but I need to make a portfolio and stuff. I would like to build a proper website for my brand, because I think that would be very important as an artist and a VTuber and stuff. If I want to keep doing this as, like, my work, I have to consider alternative revenue streams. Even though I put no AI filter on DA, unless it's by some trust are hard for me to tell anymore. Yeah. That's why another reason why I started streaming art is so that people know that I am an artist that has built their skills through practice and study, and I am vehemently against AI. So just find some other place to store my art in, like a stash, because say I upload a picture in Stash to share and they already put tags such as cars and racing. Oh my god. Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why people are moving to ArtStation too. And then there's companies like VGen where they like vet your stuff to make sure you're not using AI. But I agree with Evan, commodifying my work as an artist, if I want to take myself like very seriously as an artist, quote unquote seriously, you know, doing, like, I like doing YCHs, but it in some ways devalues your work, and people can just steal your base and use it themselves, which happens all the time. So you put in all of that effort to create a base, and then somebody goes, steals it, slaps it into AI, and starts offering AI character art with your base. And it's getting to the point, like you said, where you can't tell anymore. And that's so infuriating. And it's getting to the point where AI is becoming better than the human artist. And it's like, well, nobody wants to pay for art. There's this shawarma place that around the corner that's opening, and all of the photography on the panels on their windows is all AI. It's all AI food, and like it's noticeable AI food. And I'm like, this tells me that you're willing to cut corners wherever you can to make your business work, and that kind of mentality is going to fall into your food in a bad way, because you will cut corners on ingredients, you will cut corners on quality, you will cut corners on cleanliness, because you don't want to spend the money to do it right, the right way, the first time. And so I will never eat at that place. I will never recommend it. Don't even bother unionize or anything because it's already too late. Well, there didn't used to be unions, and it was much worse, and then they unionized and things got better. I can't help want to say something like, first the game. Yep. I'll never use AI for no art for it. I promise all artists sign. Yep. This makes stuff even I do for fanfiction seem leaps and bounds above what some other people would do. Yeah, no, I get it. But it's like, I go to a food place and I see AI on their menu and I'm like, so you're willing to cut corners on something as simple as getting a local photographer who's probably pretty cheap to take pictures of your food, to have pictures of your actual food on the menu. So, are you willing to cut those corners in terms of, say, cleaning or quality ingredients or ingredients in general? You know, it's like China gutter oil level of quality. You're willing to cheap out so much. What are you willing to do in the back room where I can't see what you're doing in order to make a buck? So when I see like the pizza place that we went and tried around the corner, uh, we didn't notice the AI stuff at first until we walked in, and then we're like, well, we're in here, so we might as well at least give it a try. So we gave it a try. The food was, it tasted like homemade pizza and not in the good way. And so I actually left a comment to that effect. She's like, it tastes like homemade pizza, you know, run of the mill. And there's a whole bunch of AI art all over the walls and on the menu. And I don't think I'll be coming back. And the boss, like the owner, left an angry reply about like, oh, we stand by our food, and I'm like, that is not high praise, or anything. Like, bro. I mean, you could just post it to the art portion of the Discord. That's what it's for. You want to share stuff, share it there. For any lurkers who might not be regulars, we do have a Discord. It's in the about section below. You'll find it down there in my social links. That's what the Discord is for. The Discord is for sharing things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to share here. It is an 18 plus Discord. So if you're under 18, please GTFO. Not that we have an 18 plus section, it's just I don't interact with anyone under 18 if I can avoid it, because the internet will misconstrue everything. I like being a mentor to people. I am fine with being a mentor to people, and young people especially, particularly ones who are struggling. Life is tough. Things can get better, but you have to work your ass off. And don't take shortcuts. That's basically the gist of my mentorship. Oh, invite expired. It shouldn't have expired. Let me fix that. I will go fix that immediately because that is important. That's the broadcast edit. Where's my about edit button? Edit panels? No.
I don't want to edit my broadcast options. That's weird. Normally there's some other edit button here. Am I blind? I'm blind! Alright, let's go to... Settings? Channel. Aha! Alright. Discord's like, this is hidden, use the copy button. I use the copy button and it copies that text. I think I have to turn off streamer mode. And go get this invite link. Okay. That's weird. It says that this link is set to never expire. So this link shouldn't be expired. Do I have a second Discord link somewhere in my, No, I don't have another Discord link. Hey Wolf, how you doing? And thanks for the hydrate. I'm confused, Ross. I'll be right back. Oh, it's working now? Okay. You're doing me a concern. I have to turn streamer mode back on.
And yes, Fantasy, for your question on the Discord, it doesn't matter as long as you're writing something, anything at all. If you do 200 words a day, or even 50, or just 5, it still counts as writing. It's better if you have something to share and to show for it, but you know it otherwise it's fine. You can write anything you want. Oh, the cats have those roomies.
Really? Being a chaos gremlin, Rivy. It's cat time.
And I guess I'll go add the visitor role to Ross. There. Ross should have the visitor's role. You're a subscriber, right, Ross? If you have your your Twitch connected to your Discord, it should automatically give you the resident role. Oh, you big whiny baby. When he does that, if I pat him, he makes this sort of warbling noise. It's really cute. Are you being a silly bean? All I'm doing is just holding him and just giving him little pats. And he's like, nah! You should draw one, Fantasy. Drawing maps is actually a lot of fun. Meow. You're such a floppy boy. Here, have your tail. He's like, ah. Off you go. Yeah, that's River. He's the noisy one. Velcro has the tiniest scrim. It's super high pitched, except it's gotten a little bit lower as he got older. Velcro is the wider brother, and Rivy is the longer brother. Rivy is very long and lanky. Long enough that he can reach door handles. See, Atlas couldn't reach the door handles. Mathis can probably reach the door handles, but he doesn't. He just doesn't care. Or no, I'm not sure if it's one or the other. Or both. That's what practice is for, fantasy. The more you do it, the better you'll get, and you'll get the right one. Or you could take a couple and combine them together. How cats can simultaneously be perfectly evolved killing machines as well as the biggest goofballs will never not be hilarious to me. Yes, that is very accurate to cats. Alright, I am going to turn off our music and our ocean waves. And I'm going to turn on Spirit City. And we can shift over into the second portion of our stream. Oh! Thunder. Oh, I'm gonna have to resize this window. We're doing this again, guys. I wonder if I do that, if it'll make it easier. Turn off art. Not quite. Okay, now we need to make it just a little bit taller. Another smidge taller. Okay, I think just about there. One more smidge. We good? We good. Okay. I did get the kitchen update. Absolutely. Let me turn down some of these sounds a little bit. I use this as my sleep thing, so the sounds get turned up. We have a redeem. Whoever redeems the scene change. Neff does have a free redeem for the scene change because I couldn't refund it. Hello, tracker. Hello. Yeah, it's actually very helpful, and now we're using it for co-working. All right, you get to choose what activity we do. You can choose the pet, time of day. As long as it's not the bookworm pet, I won't accept that one. It creeps me out. I don't like it. And whenever we do our timer, we're doing 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and at the end of the 15-minute session, somebody can choose to change the scene again. So this is what we've got going right now. It's very, very springtime Sakura. It's very nice. Do the dishes with the bubbly ducky. Kitchen, dishwashing, wardrobe, spirit companion, and a ducky. Do you want any particular color for your ducky? Oh god, that's so loud. We're just gonna purchase them all. put on Classic Ducky for now and let you decide which Ducky you want. I could buy probably everything in this game and still have tickets left over. Flower Ducky? Yeah. Oh, you got a spoon! Oh! Oh my god, it's so cute. Yeah, well, I look at my level. I use it as a noise generator when I sleep. I love it when he's so proud of his little spoon cleaning. You guys let me know if things are too loud. I can turn them down. And since we're doing the dishes, we'll have a little bit of the dishwasher going. Do you want to change the time of day at all? We've got it set to morning right now because that's the time of day that I open the program. I would kill to live in a house like this. Yes, but it's Mara and I's choice. And once Mara and I says what time of day she wants, then we will start the timer, and a time is good. Well then, I guess we will be starting the timer after I update the stream. Switching to write and chat. I have to have a document for this. So, write and chat in Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions with co-working and studying. We shall update our stream information. Yeah, it would like a house like this would be so beautiful. And with that, we are going to start the timer, and we'll all fall into 15 minutes of productivity. And then I will distract you again for 5 minutes. So, everybody ready to go? Fantasy's working on her map. Lucid, I hope you're working on something. Ross, you gonna do some writing? Marinai, I think, is playing Slay the Spire. Is it a good game? Necromancer, I know, is at work. He has a real job. I'm a real boy now! Alright. I'll see you guys on the other side then. Scene change is up for anyone who might want it. And welcome back to the land of distraction. I was pretty sure I'd changed the stream category, but apparently it didn't take. Yes? I also don't know if you have thunder there or not. I would check your weather if you're uncertain. But there is thunder in the game. It's very distant. Very small. Small thunders. It is possible that you have a thunderstorm. Also. Necromancer has redeemed scene change. We're going to the bay window, and we're going to be looking. Oh, look at the little ducky. He sleeps. See, without this, like, I'm very particular about, like, how I keep my setup, so, like, I don't often use the pets. My voice made you jump, not the timer noise. But the timer just, like, scares the life out of me every time. You can pet them? I had no idea. Oh my god. So maybe the, like, my volume is probably really high in comparison. There's no is there volume controls? Ah, purchase sound. We're just gonna turn that right down. Timer sounds are on 100%. The spirit discovery just, like, doesn't exist. I've discovered them all. I wish there was, like, an overall sound setting, like volume setting for the audio, like, for this, I wish there was an overall, like, a master sound bar for the soundscapes. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Oh, the cuteness overload. Oh. Also, Mathis is, like, laying down on the floor at the end of my bed, close to my desk. And Velcro just sort of, like, came along and flopped onto him. And is now, like, with his back to Mathis. Just, like, snuggled up against him on the floor. But his tail's, like, flap, flap, flap. Like he's annoyed. And it's like, bro, you put yourself here. Blur de Muktmai? What does that mean? I don't know that little thing over the A. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Linguists. Vel, are you putting yourself in a situation where you're annoyed? He just got up and just looks frustrated and just walked off. Cats. Alright, we've done our scene change. We're about to pop into another session of work. I might go make myself something to eat, though. We can pause and take a bit of a longer break and go get food. if people want to take a short break, because we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I haven't eaten actual food. And the last time I ate was quite late last night. So maybe I'll make myself something quick and be right back. Are you guys okay with that? I mean, you guys can keep working if you want. I just really need to eat something. Okay, so I will send you guys off on another session while I go make something to eat. A cat pet me. Not that we'll know the difference. Yeah. Also, cat wants being petted. Stop petting me. You made your first clip! Woo! There is a clip section in the Discord if you want to share it. Okay, I will send you guys off on another working, writing, gaming, creative adventure while I go make some food because I am, like, starving. What name sounds the best? Sages of the Peaks, Battle of Broken Lands. Well, that depends on the context, Fantasy. Yeah, that largely depends on the context because those can all mean very different things. Alright, do we want to continue break, or do you guys want to go off on another no distraction adventure while I get food? Either way, I will be AFK for like 5 minutes. At minimum. And then I still have to eat. Alright, off you go! Welcome back, everyone. Did you have a good work session? Poor Necromancer has acquired meetings. I am eating dollar store pesto penne. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Yeah, the dollar store has some like super cheap like full meals, so I can eat for like $2 a day. I just add a little extra stuff, like whatever I've got in the fridge. So like to the pesto penne, I add like a little bit of butter and some cream to make a creamy pesto penne. Adding fat to a meal will make it more filling. So even if it's like really cheap food, as long as you add some fat to it, it will be a little bit more filling. Woohoo! People got stuff done. That's exactly what I like to hear. You guys spent months just like hanging out with me. I don't know whether you were actually actively doing work or not while I was streaming, but yes, I'm glad that like we can work together and get things done that are important to all of us. I think that's really what I wanted out of my streams. Not that like playing games is a waste of time or anything, quote unquote, but I prefer to do something active with my time as opposed to just grinding mats in Palia or something. Because let's face it, that's all I do, is I collect materials to sell them for money so that I can take my chance at Zeki's little gacha machine each night. Oh, good luck with that, Ross. You know, you can do that for the 15 minutes too, right? But if you have your own meditation space and your own method that you do, by all means, go do it. If it helps you get through your day, it's all that matters. So you take care, friend. Also, because of our tropical theme, I'm thinking of calling all you guys the fronds. Like palm fronds. But also friends, because I like to spell things funny. Sort of like my whole vibe is just weird but silly. And it's funny that I chose something like tropical-ish as my theme, considering I hate the heat so much. It's gonna be 30 degrees today, and I was just like, nope, air conditioning. But I think, like, the idea of tropical islands is very different from what you would get from, like, you know, the northern part of Alabama where it's just hot, sticky, and gross. There's, like, the ocean breeze. So somehow, like, even if it's 35 degrees Celsius, it's still cool in a way. Because there's the ocean. Sirens. You could even hear that through the closed window. Also, scene change is up for anyone who wants it. That 5 minutes went by real fast, man. Gotta eat a bit faster. Alright, I will send you off into another work session. Good luck, everybody. I'm gonna finish my food and then I'll get back to work too. And also, rain is best. I like rain. not quite right at the exact timer. At least not for me. But thank you for the hydrate, the posture check, and the street schneff. To unshrimp mine spines and stretch everybody. Nah. How you doing, everyone? We still good? Arias, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I'm glad your sewing project is coming along well. Ooh, Posca markers. Ooh. If it turns out well, feel free to share a pic to the arting channel. Gonna do an art. Oh yeah, Tesla. On nuggies. Woo woo. Tesla's down on the floor here. He's not within range for me to pick up. He knows my reach, and he stays just out of it. Little shit. I love him so much. Prime them all first. You know what, Fantasy? It only matters if you get the story out. You can add flourish later. It's kind of like when I do a painting and I do the underpainting. You know, I slap down some color and then I start refining. The cats are having a blattle. Welcome back, Necromancer. Do we want a scene change from anyone? Scene change is up. Of course, as usual. If no one picks one, then I will. I do love the bay window. This is where I spend most of my time. Well, how about I'll put us in the kitchen. I'll choose one this time. I'll put us here in the kitchen. Save your points for next time, Necromancer. You just got the taco spirit? Yay! Let's switch to the takoyaki spirit in celebration. No, that's the wrong button. He's very cute, but they don't have enough, these look very, what is it, like the food from Hook in Peter Pan. Oh, sushi would be great. I can't afford sushi. It's fine. I like the little hot dog ones. I made little octopus hot dogs for Canada Day celebration one time. They were really cute. that is our session. Going into the next segment, I'm gonna switch us to some nice typing. This keyboard, for some reason, just sounds really nice to me. So I think, are we ready to go into another work session? That 5 minutes goes by really fast. I used to think the 5-minute breaks were too short. The 15 minutes goes by really fast too. Alright, up we go! Welcome back to the land of distraction. I need to step away for a second. Thank you for the hydrate, the posture check, and the streak, Cora. Remember, at the start of every break, or in this case, a new full session, you can request a scene change for 2,000 star shells. And the hiccups. So I had to step away. A biology code. Let's select a different playlist. He's spending too many of trying to drown me. I can consider making it cheaper. It's just, I know some people had a lot of star shells. Like, a lot. Everybody make sure to untrim thine spines after that work session. The roommate has emerged. Yes, it's a lot. Considering most of my things give you, like, they cost like 100. I did go a long time without having any redeems. So like people who were here before I had redeems really didn't have anything to spend their star shells on. Also, I think I need to take some Advil. I got a bit of a headache. Probably doesn't help that I didn't sleep very well. Alright, shall we go for another 15 minutes? English is a very difficult language, so I'm not surprised. I wouldn't worry too much about the editing at this point, though, Fantasy. Just get the story out. Editing comes later. Turn off your inner editor. Get back to work! And welcome back to Distraction. I think this is where I might end things for today. I've ended up with a bit of a headache. Probably because we've closed up the apartment and the weather is changing. Hot temperatures, air pressure changes, stuff like that. And I definitely did not get enough sleep. Just as Sai arrives. Sorry, Necromancer. Yeah, sorry. I'm just like... I'm a little worn out today. I stayed up a little too late last night. Working on stuff. Evan is not streaming today, and I wanted to raid Moko Maid. Because they raided me last week, so I just wanted to give them thanks for that. Sorry about that, Sai. But guess what? It's Titty Tuesday at Moko Maid. So, we are off sailing to other waters. I hope everybody enjoyed stream today. We'll be doing this again tomorrow, once again with a new Adorka stock for Draw Everything June and more co-working. I find this really helps me get a lot done. And thank you all for coming as usual and showing your support. I hope you got much done today. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you all, friends. Bye-bye!